Hi,
Hello. Hey, how are you?
I am doing good. How are you?
Ah, I am slowly catching up with myself.
Aw,
Hey, welcome to Taco About It Tuesday, everybody. I am Karma with Lewis Acre Farm, and this is my lovely co-host.
I'm Glenda from Grace and Fire.
We're so glad that you're here with us today, and I'm just glad that I'm able to be here today.
So am I. So am I. It has been an eventful few days for you,
It
but
has.
things are getting better
Yes,
with lots
yes,
of prayer, lots and lots of prayer with the good Lord.
indeed. Indeed, it has been uh, it has been a very stressful several days for me.
Mm.
Um, Starting with our lovely little China doll giving birth last week.
Oh, that's so awesome. How many kittens did she have?
She had six.
Oh, now is she a first time mama or is
She's
this
a first time mama. She is Bianca's sister from the same
okay?
litter.
Okay, okay.
Um, Last June, Caroline showed up with four babies on about Father's Day weekend ish,
Uh-huh.
and she had four little girls. She had Bianca, China, Darla, and Marley.
Oh, I love all the names too.
Bianca got her name because her little attitude reminded me of Veruca from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Uh-huh.
Hmm. So she kind of reminded me of Veruca, so I gave her the name of Bianca.
Oh, I love it.
And China, she just had the sweetest little China doll face, and I gave her the name China Doll before I even knew she was a girl. And
Oh.
then Darla, she got the name Darla because she reminded me of Darla from the Little Rascals, Alfalfa's little girlfriend.
Oh.
And then Marley, um, she, I didn't know whether it was a boy or a girl, and I thought, well, I got to have a name that'll be versatile. And the only thing that came to mind was Marley from Marley and Me.
Oh,
Kind of had the personality that fit.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
that's how they got their names.
Oh.
And so they are about 11 months old. And China and Bianca snuck out the door and got themselves knocked up.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oops.
And so Caroline is their mama. Then in about the middle of October, Caroline showed up with five more kittens.
Oh my.
And um, those five kittens started out, I knew I had at least one boy. And I thought, based on distance exam, I had four girls.
Okay.
So I managed to get them in because we had a really severe cold snap, and I
Mhm.
managed to get them inside. I had all nine kittens inside in February, and I took three of the kittens into one of our shelters to be spayed and neutered. I took Ben. He's so adorable. He's he's black and white, a tuxedo, and he's got a little black chin strap. He's
Oh.
so cute. He's got a big old black heart on his right side. And these babies are all named for the Waltons.
Yes, I
So
remember you telling me that. That's a really good
he's
one.
yeah, he's Ben from, and Ben was such a Romeo. on
Yeah.
the Waltons, always after the girls. And I thought, well, he's got a heart on his side, so he needs to be Ben.
Yeah.
And then I took what the runt and started out Elizabeth because she was the littlest.
Yeah.
Well, right before I took that one in, Elizabeth dropped his jewels, so he became Jim Bob.
Oops.
Yeah. um, and then we have a solid black one, absolutely gorgeous, solid black one, fluffy, and I named that one Verdi after Verdi Grant from the show. Well,
Oh.
let's see. Was that the two? Okay, Jim Bob. Trying to think. Maybe Jim Bob was one of the last ones I took. Okay, no, let me scratch that. Jim Bob didn't go in yet. Jim Bob, I was one of the last ones I got done. I took um, Olivia to be spayed, and I took Verdi to be spayed.
Mhm.
Olivia was a long-haired uh, black and white tuxedo, beautiful, beautiful tuxedo. And I came home with Ben, Ike, and Vernon. Ike
Oh.
after Ike Godsey, and Vernon after the Junkman,
Oh
because
my.
Olivia and Verdi ended up being boys.
Oh my.
That left me with Mamie, who is a calico, and Jim Bob.
Mm.
Well, one night, later, that's when Jim Bob dropped his jewels, and I discovered he was a boy.
Mhm.
Then um, Mamie did a spread eagle because by this time we're down to one girl and four boys. Well, Mamie did a spread eagle, and I got a full view, and Mamie became Homer Lee Baldwin.
I
So
love it. Oh my goodness.
we ended up with five boys. First litter was four girls. Second litter was five boys.
Oh
And
my
I
goodness.
ended up taking those two into our regular vet because the shelter was, their vet was out for surgery.
Oh.
But managed to get the five boys all neutered. And then the two girls, China Doll and Bianca, snuck out for a little rendezvous. And that's how we ended up with Bianca having four, and China Doll had six on Friday. Bianca's babies are 3.5, almost 4 weeks old, and China's will be a week old on Thursday. Caroline came in February already pregnant, and she had babies. She had four babies a week after Bianca. So Caroline's babies will be 3 weeks old a day after Bianca's babies turn 4 weeks. So we have 3 weeks, we'll have, okay, let's see, there'll be 4 weeks, 3 weeks, and then a week
Oh
here
my
at the
goodness.
end of this week.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's flown.
Plus the 11-month-old, the 7-month-old, and then my six cats.
Oh.
Counting all the kittens, the new babies, and my six cats, I have 30 cats and a dog.
My goodness. Oh
I've
my,
got to find homes.
yeah. Oh my.
Well, let's
Oh,
meet our guests,
yeah,
our
absolutely. Well,
chat.
now I saw in my chat, it's not showing up through Restream, but Joey was first in the house for the Grace and Fire side of it. And I
Oh,
can't pull it up, but I'm gonna give Joey the credit. So hey Joey, I'm so glad you're here. And then next in I see Ronson.
hi,
Hey, hey.
Ronson.
And then next in was Jaden.
Meeting.
Hey Jaden. And then the next in was Izzy. Hi, Izzy.
All
And
right.
then the next one is Christy Betts. Hey, Christy.
Okay.
And then here's our favorite truck driver, Randy Everywhere Smith.
Hey,
And
Randy.
he's making quilts too. So, I mean, we should have like
Nice.
our favorite trucker and favorite quilter too. Um,
Wonderful.
and then let's see, I know people are saying hi to each other, so I can see that. And then Joey came back in. And so
Okay.
I see him there. And then, oh, Troy is here. Hey, Troy,
Hey,
I'm so
Troy.
glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. So we are co-streaming on both Lewis Acre Farm with Karma and on Grace and Fire. So please make sure you hit both channels and hit that like button for both of
Indeed.
us. Um, so yeah, and thank you to
Um,
everybody.
Now, I saw Izzy was asking about
Oh,
Topper.
yes, we're
If you
here.
guys can hear in the background, you've been hearing a little screaming going on. That would be Topper. Is, he's a hungry little guy, which is good news. Very, very good news. Hey, Logan. I'm
And
glad you
then
decided to pop in.
Carol is here. Hey,
Um,
Carol, thank you for being here.
oh, hi, Carol. That's a new one for me. And
And
James Hall, welcome in.
James is here. Hey, James, I'm so glad you're here. And then Logan said, hi, everyone, from your friendly neighborhood zookeeper. Oh, he must be on his phone, so he's saying hi to everybody. So, hello, hello.
Yeah, he stayed home today. He's not feeling well.
Oh, I hope you feel better soon.
Um, Topper, uh, for those who don't know, Topper is one of Bianca's little buddies, and he has been very, very ill. Um, it's been a pretty rough week for him, and I ended up having to take him to the vet yesterday, an emergency run. And he had completely quit nursing. He's talking.
I hear him loud and clear.
And he was 400 grams, and he lost down to 354. And that was his weight yesterday morning. I weighed him just before we came on, and between mommy and me, he is back up to 358. So he has gained 4 grams since yesterday morning.
Yay.
His breathing is getting a little better.
Mhm.
He is on antibiotics, and I'm doing breathing treatments. Sometimes I use the nebulizer to just nebulize some water,
Mhm.
get a little extra moisture into his lungs. And sometimes I take him into the bathroom. Most times I take him into the bathroom and just run steaming hot water.
Mhm.
I run it until the hot water tank is empty, and just let him breathe that hot steam.
Mhm.
And he usually gets totally relaxed and
Mhm.
um, falls asleep. And while he's in there, I syringe feed him. I have a little syringe feeder for him, and I've been feeding him KMR and goat's milk. And just getting a little bit of nutrients into him has really helped. Um, just making him eat. Uh, it's given him some strength, getting the antibiotics into him. One dose of antibiotics perked him up. I mean, you
Wow.
kind of have to measure when they're that tiny. You
Yeah.
have to measure um, milestones. You have to watch so closely. If they make an attempt to get in with their litter mates and
Mhm.
nurse, even if they're not successful, if they're making an attempt, that's a win.
Right.
If they're crying instead of laying there with their nose to the floor of their nest,
Mhm.
that's a win. If they're standing up and moving around, that's a win.
Yeah.
Um, if they're up there rooting around and actually trying to fight their siblings off of, excuse the phrase, if they're fighting off their siblings from the titty bar and they're trying to get to the titty bar,
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
I mean, you got a whole bar of them, top and bottom, and they're trying to get in there and push their siblings off. That's a huge win.
Yeah.
Even if they're not successful at maintaining, that's a win.
Right.
And you got to look at those little milestones
Yeah.
and call it a win. Call
Mhm.
it a success. Even if they're not successful at latching and staying latched,
Mm.
it's a win.
Yeah.
If you get 3 cc's instead of 2 cc's actually down the throat, that's a win.
Right.
So that's where we're at with him.
Oh, thank
And
you, Lord, that he's doing better. I mean, Sir Grace and I prayed for him and for you to get through this. I mean, it just, we watched, I mentioned this before we went live to Karma, but we watched yesterday's live on the replay. I didn't know she had gone live and had an appointment. And we both just started praying right when we saw it. I mean, it just, so scary, to go
it
through.
is.
And I just, like I said before, I want to just reach through and just hug you and just say it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this and God's going to heal this little one. You know,
It's so hard doing rescue work
it
because you
is.
never know, especially with these little neonate
Mm-hmm.
babies.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's a kitten, if it's a puppy, if it's a cow, a horse, if it's a human,
Yeah.
when
It's
they're neonatal.
Yeah, it's hard all around. It's a different type of animal, but 2 years ago now in June, I had a little one that's a little chicken, little chick actually, and she had splay leg, and I thought, oh well, that's okay. We can work on this, and she um well, I did everything correct. I mean, the vet told me I did the right thing for splay leg, but she also had congenital seizures, and it was a rough road to figure out. I kept thinking it was seizures, and I went through a couple of veterinarians. Why I didn't go back to my poultry veterinarian, I don't know. I should have gone to him first. Um, but ultimately, with this one, it would have killed her. So we did put her down just because but it was super hard to go through. So I understand those emotions because I went
Yeah,
through everything, everything. And it's hard when you love your animals so much.
yeah,
You just, you pray over them and you want them to have the best life.
you do.
And
You know,
it's hard. I mean, that's the human factor too in this. And so,
and what's really frustrating is the fact that every single one of these kittens from Bianca and her litter mates
Mhm.
to Ben and his litter mates
Mhm.
to every one of these little neonates.
Mhm.
They didn't have, this is going to come out sounding bad. They didn't have to exist.
Oh, I don't think that
If
sounds bad.
if Caroline's
Yeah.
original owners would have been responsible pet owners and done the right thing and had her spayed,
Right.
if Phantom and Diamond's original pet owners would have done the responsible thing and had their pets neutered,
Exactly.
these little babies didn't have to exist. I'm happy. I love every one of them.
Sure. Sure.
They didn't have to go through this. Little China didn't have to go through what she went through.
Right. I
And
agree.
she had one, excuse my language, but she had one hell of a traumatic birth. She was traumatized.
Yeah.
She was so traumatized from the birth that she went through. And Caroline, when she had this last litter, it was so hard on her.
Yeah.
And I praise God that it's her last litter.
Yeah.
It's the only litter for China.
Right. Right. Right.
But they didn't have to go through this if
No, it's
people would
important to
just
spay and
be
neuter.
responsible.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that sounds bad at all. I think that really is the raw, honest truth to the whole thing. Spay and neuter is so important right from the get go. So yeah, I agree. I
And I've
agree.
had some people, I know what they said was said out of care and concern for me and my heart,
Yeah.
but they've said some things that weren't necessarily said kindly about
Mm.
the cats that I've taken in and
Mm.
what I'm doing. I
Yeah.
have no intentions of keeping all these cats. That is,
Oh,
you know,
yeah. No, I never thought that. I mean,
the,
it's a situation that you're put into, and you are doing everything to make sure everybody is happy, healthy, good to go, and then finding good homes in the end. That's a responsible pet owner. I think sometimes we hear these crazy stories in the news, and then people automatically assume that the next person that they see that's in a similar situation is going to automatically have 1,000 cats running in their house and destroying it. And rather than kind of sitting back and going, no, this is what the situation is. And you're dealing with a responsible person who's going to do everything in their power to make sure that they are happy, healthy, growing, getting to that point where they can be adopted out. And then you want to fix take them in, let them have their surgeries too, the ones that you're keeping. That's a
especially,
responsible person. You're not in the same, but I hate that quick judgment to rush. You know what I mean? Like,
well, especially because I have, right from the very get go, right when the very first four and mommy showed up, I
yeah,
have stated my intent was to
right,
spay,
absolutely.
neuter, and adopt. That
Hmm.
has been my
Yeah.
my intent right from the get-go.
Oh yeah.
It was never my intent to keep a single one of these cats, and
No.
I have been right from the get-go trying to find homes for these babies
Right.
and
Right.
trying to get them spayed and out the door.
As a responsible pet owner would do.
Right.
Mhm.
And to have this particular person that I'm thinking of say what was said really hurt my heart
Absolutely.
because it tells me that they're not listening to what I'm saying.
Right.
And I know that what they said was meant because they didn't want me to get hurt.
Right.
And I understand that. But at the same time, you're right, Christy, it is a big
Yeah.
expense.
It is.
It's a
It's a
huge
big.
expense.
It is. It is.
And that's why I have a buy me a coffee account and I mention it from time to time. It's on my about page And anything that goes into that account goes directly to the rescues. It doesn't go to my cats.
Right. Right.
It doesn't go into my pocket.
Right.
It goes to the cats that I'm caring for.
And you also have an Amazon wish list too with things to help care
Yeah.
for these cats too. You know,
Yeah.
the rescues, which if anybody wants to donate, go check out. I think it's in your About section, both the Buy Me
Yeah.
a Coffee and the Amazon wish list, which you're not asking, but I'm asking. Okay, listen, this is coming
Oh,
from Grace and Fire. Please go check it out. And if you can help, that would be amazing. But it
I
does take a little extra help too. And that's okay
yeah.
to accept it.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
don't ask for stuff. I don't ask for things for myself. Now, on my wish list, I do have a few things on there that would be nice to have for around here that would help us out.
Sure. And there's nothing wrong with
But
that.
there's things like cat food.
Yeah.
Now, I do buy our cat litter. We just went through 150 pounds of clumping cat litter
Oh my
in a week
goodness.
and a half.
Wow.
In a
Wow.
week and a half, and it's $18 for a 50-pound bag.
Yeah.
And I have to scoop cat litter at least once a day.
Mm,
I have now we have two cats, two of our cats that we have to keep isolated. And so they have their own litter boxes and Logan takes care of those for me.
that's
But I'm
nice.
taking care of the other 28
Yeah.
pretty much on my own. He helps me once in a while when I absolutely need the help, but I'm taking care of the other 28 on my own. And I don't know how many people know this, but I am disabled.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work and it's a lot of pain
Yeah.
that I put myself through because I care about these animals and
Sure.
care about their future.
Sure.
They don't deserve to
Absolutely.
be outside hoping to find a meal,
Right.
hoping to stay warm.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Here, I'll put it up here. Cat. This is why you should spay and neuter your cats.
Exactly.
Cats reproduce like crazy. Unlike dogs, they don't have set heat cycles. The male can push a female into heat. Yeah, that's true.
And
That's
that's
true.
why I took these cats in to make sure that number one, they were tame, and number two, that they could be spayed and neutered and rehomed.
Mm, right.
That was my entire intent, and I made sure that they were tame
Right.
before I ever brought them in the house.
Right. Right. Well, kind of real quick back to the person whoever said too, about what you should and shouldn't be doing. I ask people to take a step back because I got beaten up over Minnie, my hen, my laying hen, when she had her brain injury. I didn't know that's what it was,
Mhm,
but she was walking backwards, and this was right before I came on YouTube. But my mom has a channel. She's been on YouTube for 5 or 6 years.
mhm,
Well, it's been more than 5 because my girls are all 5 now. My gosh. Well, anyhow, however long they've been on YouTube. And so I asked because they had just tapped into the homesteading community. Again, I was not on YouTube. So I went into the homesteading communities, asked my mom to post a video of her walking backwards, and everybody and their brother said put her in freezer camp. Everybody and their brother, without trying to figure out what was wrong with her because I want to know what it is so I can help.
mhm.
And I'll tell you, it was a major attack from a lot of people, a lot of homesteaders, lots and lots. And then when I mentioned I took her to a poultry veterinarian, I found one that specializes in chickens. Then I was, oh my gosh, why would you take a chicken to a vet? Well, here's the thing. All she needed, the vet did a basic test. He tested, like, he watched her walking backwards. He
Mhm.
checked her dexterity in her claws, and she, he could look in her eyes and he could see she'd had a brain injury. And like I tell people, you know, I didn't put Sir Grace down for his brain injury. I'm not going to put Minnie down for hers. She needed
Right.
time. She needed rest. She needed isolation. She did need an anti-inflammatory, which did help. But I wish people kind of the same thing for your kitten, situation with all the mamas getting pregnant, and don't
Mhm.
rush to judgment because you don't know the behind the story either. And you don't
Mhm.
know what somebody's going through. Take pause. Take
Right.
pause. It's so important. And that's going to be the fiery side of me. Take pause because I'll come after you. You don't know everything. You know what you know on YouTube, but when you're dealing with a caring heart, I mean, girl, you're doing everything right. And I'm just so, um, I support you, girl. I know you're doing everything in your best power. And then I did see, yeah, thank you so much. Oh, wait, here we go. Wrong one. Yes, it is important for a kitten to be handled young, or else they will be feral. Having dealt with feral cats at the veterinary hospital, that's almost impossible. Ah, hang on a second. I just saw my big brother slipping in. Hey, big brother.
Hey,
I
Scott.
missed him. He tried calling me the other day, and I was with my family, and my sister was meeting her big sister at that moment. And um, and but I want you to know, thank you so much. He called me on my birthday to wish me a
Oh,
happy birthday, and it meant the world to me. And I'm just so sorry. I'm gonna say it here on the channel. I did have to put him straight through. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't talk. We were right in the middle of big sister and little sister kind of needed to die.
that's important.
Yeah, I hadn't seen her for a while, and so it was just it. And Scott knows a little bit more of the story, but I want you to know, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for calling and wishing me happy birthday. I appreciate you. You know that you're my big brother.
I was thinking of you on your birthday, and I
Mm.
wanted to send you a message, and my poor baby was so sick, I didn't
Oh,
get
that's okay. You know what? That baby needed more attention right then and there than I needed a phone call, girl. I'm so glad you took care of that baby. That's priority number one. But thank you. I appreciate it. I had a really nice birthday. My mom made lasagna, and she had an ice
Oh,
cream cake for me,
oh,
and so
nice.
Grace and I went over um, and enjoyed, just being with family. Um, and then my baby sister, I have to tell you, we're not crazy chicken people. No, we are not. No, no, we're not. We have not made our point loud and clear enough to the point where my baby sister went and bought me a 32-inch concrete rooster,
Oh my
and
goodness, so
it's
cool.
painted. She her boyfriend, um, his parents own a concrete business. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like they make sculptures and things.
Mhm.
And I think she got a good deal on it. She better not have spent very much money. But they both brought it over to my house, and we went around the property and trying to figure out where we're going to put this 32-inch rooster. I mean, when I say it's 32 inches, I
Uh-huh.
calculate it's beautiful. It's painted. It has sunflowers at the bottom. I was talking about Minnie. It looks like Minnie's boyfriend, same color. I mean, not even joking. It looks
Oh.
just like Minnie's boyfriend. It looks like a white
Oh,
rock
that's so
is what it is.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. So so what we landed on was it was going in my front yard, and I live in a subdivision, and chickens are banned in the city. So I had this 32-inch rooster in my front yard.
That's awesome. That is so
So
cool.
yeah, yeah, it's funny, but it's really pretty. But yeah, thank you so much, Logan. I appreciate it. Um yeah, it was a nice day, and I we just kept it simple, and yeah, yeah, lots of good things. I got all kinds of cool presents. Very heartfelt, very thoughtful. Aunt Lynn got me one. I have to tell you, she got me a gift certificate, well, a gift card to the Goodwill bins. I'm like, your aunt knows you when you go to the Goodwill bins. And I
Yes.
always, I spend, it's funny because I think she's heard me. I don't spend a ton of money at the bins, but she gave me the dollar amount that I typically spend, which is minuscule. Like, well, the last time I went, I spent, because it's by the pound. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So they weigh, it's a dollar. I want to say it's like $1.79, $1.80 a pound, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And so I average around $15. And she gave me $15. Like I have like my budget.
Oh, that is so
I
cool.
thought you pay attention. Like she gave me something. She gave me some other things too besides that. But I got tickled. I thought you're listening to how much I'm spending.
So see, now you can spend 30.
I know because then I can add to it.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
You can
I,
double your budget.
I know. It's so funny. Well, we have a really good Goodwill bins. I got a dress for a huge gala back in December from the bins. And when I
Uh-huh.
say this, there was real celebrities there. I mean, like I can drop some big names who was at this gala. Um,
Mhm.
and so I wore this dress and I got asked like, "Oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful dress. Where did you get it?" And I kept thinking, "Do I really want to tell you where I got it?" And one celebrity did ask me where I got it, and I thought, "Oh boy, you're going to see how cheap I am."
So did you tell?
I did. I said, "I don't know if you've ever heard of the Goodwill outlet because we call it the bins, but the Goodwill outlet." And she had never heard of it. And I was like, "Well, you've heard of Goodwill." And she said, "Yes, I've heard of the Goodwill." And I said, "Well, it's like stupid cheap." And I probably paid about $1.80 for this dress.
Mind
Yeah,
blown.
yeah. I think I won the award for the cheapest outfit for the night, financially.
Right.
Sir Grace, I had to buy him a new suit. He lost weight, so he got a brand new suit. We didn't find it
Uh-huh.
at the bins. I had to buy him a suit because he had to be dressed up for the event.
Right.
And even the puppers was in a bow tie and
Uh-huh.
so yeah, this event was huge. And so now that dress is too big. So I did find my dress for the cruise in Alaska from the Goodwill bins. So y'all stay tuned. In August, I'll be rocking my Goodwill bins
Hey, nothing
dress.
wrong with that.
I love me. But we have a really good one. And a lot of people get grossed out by it. I'm like, no, wear gloves, wear your gloves, take your antibacterial wipes. And then when you get home, everything goes straight in the wash. And it's no big deal. It really is no big deal. But yeah. Oh, yeah. And I saw this. It is Earth Day. Happy Earth Day, Earthlings. It is Earth Day. Plant
Yeah,
a tree, or do some gardening. I mowed the lawn. Does that count for Earth Day?
sure.
I don't
I
know.
had good intentions of starting my garden seeds
That counts.
today.
That counts. The intent counts. We're gonna say check, check, check. Yes, yes. And that, oh yes, oh, and back, that's something that she showed she paid attention. I do know this person. The celebrity that I'm talking about, I've met her a few times, and something in common, is that I'm not going to say where this person's from, but I used to live where this person's from, and
Oh,
her in-laws live down the road from me.
oh, cool.
Yeah, that's my little fun fact. But yeah, so we did say hi to each other because we've met each other, and she remembered me from the time before. Yeah, it's important. If it's important to someone how much money you have, maybe that person doesn't need to be important to you. Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly. And I'll tell you, that's where I do a lot of my shopping, is thrift stores. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't got it all, but everything like this blanket right here came from the Goodwill bins. And a lot of things that you see back here came from a thrift store. This chair right here is a piano bench. I got that at an antique store that was liquidating.
Uh-huh.
And everybody notices my cabinet. Well, they did that used to be behind me. Well, it came from the same place, and I saw this bench, and I reupholstered it, just needed some
Uh-huh.
love. Um, and he threw it in for free. I got that for zero of the dollars. When I paid really cheap for the cabinet, I got that for zero of the dollars. And I had the fabric at home
Wow.
from the Goodwill, and I upholstered it. I'm like a crazy thrift store aholic. I mean, my oh, I keep tissues in a jar that I spent $2 on. I mean, you can find good deals out there.
Yeah.
It's just,
Oh, yeah.
you
I
know,
I enjoy going to thrift stores sometimes.
oh, I would rather go there than a mall because it's kind of fun, and I
Yeah.
get frustrated when I see the prices of things. I just do, and I'm like, really?
One of the problems I have with our thrift stores here is that, a lot of people go to thrift stores and yard sales with the intent of buying for resale.
Yeah, and I run into that
So
too.
now our thrift stores are jacking their prices up
Yeah,
so
our
they can
Goodwill is
get in
doing
on it.
it. Our
And
good.
so you can't get a bargain there anymore.
Mm-mm. We have so our Goodwill is doing that, like the main Goodwill, not
Mhm.
the like the outlet. Thankfully, the outlet is or bins, which is what I call it. It does it by the pound.
Mhm.
Again, wear gloves. Okay, that's my advice. Get you some cheap gloves. Um, and but it's so that's my cheap place, and then we have a mom and pop place, a thrift store that not of Goodwill, but they're getting ready to open up a third location. They're expanding, and they keep the prices real low. I took Jesse there, and it was 75% off the household products, like whatever the cheapest was. It was
Mhm.
75% off, and he was with me when I got my sewing table,
Wow.
and I had been watching it, and the original price that they had on it was like $75, and it was worth it because of the wrought iron to it, right? I mean, that's,
Oh, wow.
you know, but they had redone the table, and then I just kept
Mhm.
watching them mark it down, mark it down, mark it down, mark it down. Now they also have a coupon system, so you type in your number and then you get points, and then if you get 100 points, you get $5 off, right?
Mhm.
So I had a $5 coupon, so keep that in mind. So this table went on sale, 75% off,
Mhm.
and it marked it all the way down to $6. And then I had a $5 coupon, and I used it, and I paid $1. And Jesse and Lisa were actually there when I did it to
Oh my
witness it.
gosh.
To witness it. So yeah, and so I just put a new piece. I took the old thing off because somebody had painted it, and I tried stripping it to see if I could get it. No, it was ruined. So
Oh.
I thought I'll keep the wrought iron part of it, which is worth the money, and then I put a new top on it, and it's my favorite
Mhm.
sewing table. I sit there at least every weekend and I'm sewing something. In fact, my table's still set up because I've been sewing. So, but yeah, there's deals to be found. Let's see here. I had a purse that cost $3 at a thrift store, had a long time. I paid full price for the next purse. The zipper broke in a week. Yeah, that happens. So I say find your
Yeah.
purses at the thrift store. I mean, that is super like a good place to do, find you some good deals out there. And then, you know what? I bought at the bins a Saks Fifth Avenue, I mean, real deal shawl that I can put over, and it's what's that? It's not cashmere is what it is. It's
Okay.
cashmere. I probably paid maybe $1 for it at the bins.
Wow.
Brought it home, threw it in the wash, put a little bit of Lysol disinfectant in it just because it came from the bins, and it washed up beautifully, beautifully. So I can't wait for next fall to rock that and be like, okay, look at my Saks Fifth Avenue. Paid about $1. Yeah, yeah. So I have a budget. So Aunt Lynn gets it. I spend right about $15 every time I go. My mother, on the other hand, no, I'm just teasing. She looks for everybody. So,
Well, I will be interested to find out what kinds of questions your mom and your aunt have for me in the morning.
oh, I'm so excited for that interview. That is going to be so
Yeah.
cool.
I haven't actually caught any of their actual interviews, so I have no idea what kind of questions they ask.
Oh, they Aunt Lynn is probably the better of the questioning person, so you'll probably get most of it from her. So that's my tip. But you're in good hands. You're in
Oh,
good.
I'm sure I am, but
Otherwise, I'm going to come over and go, Mother. No, I tease. But no, yeah, they ask all different kinds of things. So I don't think they have a set question. But here's one for you to ask. Ask my mother, did you find all the baby Jesus and all the ducks?
yeah, I gotta ask her that. Yeah.
And I know the answer to that. And what's so funny, on my birthday, we were telling my sister about it because she didn't know that I had done all this.
Oh.
And so we told her, and she goes, can I look around mom's house and see if I could find it? And then she goes, warmer, colder, warmer, colder. And I'm like, I ain't telling you. Have fun. And what's funny is my mother seems to think that there's like, she's like, I didn't dust very good. Oh, she's not. I'm in trouble. Yeah, probably me. It'll probably Karma get something out and then come back and Glenda's in trouble, right? But I said, Mom, there. She goes, can you give me a clue on where one of them is at? And I said, well, I'm still waiting on you to do this one task and you'll find it. And she goes, oh, it's probably dusting. She said, I haven't been very good with dusting lately. And I went, I ain't going to tell you what it is, but it's a task. You got to figure out what task it is. And then you'll find one. So that's her clue. And she still hasn't done this task. So I'm like, we'll see how long it takes for her to do it. I think that's the tall tale sign or sign. Karma, run. Oh no. No, I think she's going to stir the pot. So you still haven't done this
You
task.
never know about me.
You haven't done this task. I heard about this task that you have not done. It'll probably make my mom blush.
Mm. I wonder if it's cleaning the toilets.
I don't know. I ain't gonna say, but there is a task, and I'm really surprised she hasn't done it yet. And I'm like, I thought for sure that would have been one of the first ones she'd find. My mother, I do not let her make it sound bad. You can eat off my mother's floors, so she's super clean. But there's one task she hasn't done, and I'm like, this is funny. That is
You want
funny.
to know something really funny? You bringing this up reminded me, and now I got to find my own Jesus because 2 weeks ago at church, somebody handed me a little Jesus.
Oh,
And I thought about you when they did it. And I was busy doing something when they handed this to me, and I can't remember where I put it.
oh no, oh
I don't know if it's in one of my jackets. I don't know if it's in my purse.
no, oh
I
no.
can't remember where I put Jesus.
Oh, well, he's somewhere because Jesus is everywhere. Today, I went to a little local coffee shop that I don't normally frequent. It's a mom and pop, it's a Christian one. And well, we do the company, but this particular location was close to the VA, and I don't go that way all the time to this satellite. So when we pulled through, I told Sir Grace, I said, oh my gosh, they've got little mushrooms that are like little itty bitty mushrooms, and then they had little bunnies. Like, and I don't think anybody noticed that. Like, I caught it, but somebody's like going around and putting little figurines, you know. So now I'm sitting here going, what else could I get?
At the physical therapy office that I went to here a year or two ago, they had little aliens that they planted all around the office. And it was the funniest thing because they would get moved every now and then, and you'd have to look and see if you could find the aliens. It was funny.
It is. It is. This is like I didn't realize how big of a thing this was until
Uh-huh.
after I had planted. For those who are that don't know, I have a video on the Grace and Fire channel when my mom was out of town. I planted 50 little Jesus figurines and 25 ducks. So, and I did it while she was out of like on vacation. And originally, she didn't want me to go into the house because she had her mail taken care of. And so she's like, I don't need anything. I'm good this time. And I'm like, okay, mom, no problem. And I'm thinking, how am I going to get into my mother's house? You know, like I want to be honest. I have a key to her house, but I don't want to just like walk in. You know, that kind of feels
Mhm.
weird. So then she called me and she said, when she was out of town, she said, oh, Glenda, I forgot to grab the blueberries out of the fridge. I washed them and I had them ready to throw in to eat on the road. She said, would you go over to my house and grab those blueberries and eat them? Because by the time I get home, they're going to be bad. And I'm like, there's the ticket. So then my aunt and uncle got involved. So there's a part two with my aunt and uncle where they planted things as well. My poor mother came home to a lot of mysterious things that she had to find. Let's see here. You'll be doing that. Let's see here. I think we will be doing something like that at work. Oh, that'd be fun. And then I noticed the kids next door got the little Jesus for Easter. Oh, that's cool. Maybe then they will plant them everywhere. That'd be fun. That would be super fun. I,
Yeah.
I wish it was, or I had the original idea, but I stole it from someone on Instagram. I saw it, and the, it was grandsons that had planted it all over their grandmother's house. And I sent the video to my sister because my mom's always playing jokes. She has a key to my house as well. So she's always planting things when I'm gone. She videoed one, but like, and it was a rooster. And I don't buy me anything chicken related for my house. That's just kind of who I am. Although I got a really cool 32-inch rooster now. I do like that. But so I thought I got to do playback and my payback, and my sister originally was going to be part of it, and she wasn't. Let's see.
Welcome in, free Henley maid.
Niecy, Niecy, oh girl, I have missed you again. I've been bad with you too, but girl, I think of you often. Do you know who Niecy is?
Not a clue.
Oh, Karma, you've got to go check her channel out. Niecy, I met her through my mom's channel. And
Okay.
the AU stands for autism. She's autistic.
Oh, okay.
And so her son was being diagnosed. And then in the process that's when she was diagnosed. And she has
Oh.
just been a huge blessing to me. I have nieces and nephews who are autistic.
Mhm.
And when you meet one person who's autistic, you meet one person who's autistic. I don't want to
Exactly.
group everybody in the same thing, but she taught me so much, and she's a genuine,
See you
sweet,
later, Christy.
down to
Thanks for
earth
being
person.
here.
And then Tiffany came in. Hey,
Yes.
Tiffany.
Hi, Tiff.
Oh, girl, I'm so glad you're here. She makes the best recipes. I love watching her.
Oh, I know.
All her oh, go ahead.
I will. I definitely go check out Free Hanley Maid.
Definitely. She's oh, sorry. Hang on a second. Silly. Somebody called me and they should not have. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
um
well, hello.
Hello. It was a spammer. Hello. You can go right on to voicemail.
Hi.
Bye. So Nisi, I feel like Nisi is one of the first people on YouTube that I met outside of my mom and my aunt. I've known Nisi for a long time. She knew me under a different channel, and she was a mod for, well, she still is a mod for my mom's channel, um,
Mhm.
and just I can't say enough nice things about Nisi. Just salt of the earth, precious, precious, and she crochets too. So definitely go check
Awesome.
her out.
Okay, I
So
will do that.
yes. And then, okay, wait, back to Christy. Well, the chickens are standing at the door wanting supper. Y'all have a good week. Oh, isn't that funny how chickens, like, they have the free, like, they can go everywhere, right? But they come up, they stand on the porch, like, you gonna feed us? You gonna feed us? They just stand there. Chickens are funny
That's
like that.
funny. That is
Chickens are,
funny.
oh my gosh. They've got a personality. I'm just saying. The other day we were listening to the girls have like a song that they sing whenever they lay their egg, and there was a day that we had our windows open and I was listening to the song and we're like, oh, we should have like
See
three or
you
four
later,
eggs.
James. Thank you so much for hanging
Hi
out.
James, thank you for being here, I appreciate you. So we're gonna have three or four eggs out there, yes, because we need some eggs. We go out there, there's one egg. They fooled us. Different hens were singing all like the whole morning, and we got one egg. I'm like
Well,
little
little fakers.
baker. Yeah. Excuse me. Get to that nest box and lay those.
Or did they lay somewhere else and they want you to go on an Easter egg hunt?
No, they don't have that much of a room right now. In fact, their chicken run space is about to get. It sounds horrible, but it's not. Okay, so it's getting smaller but taller. So
Okay.
let's see here. My boss is on vacation, and so my coworker and I are taking care of the chickens, and we got to collect chicken eggs today and bring them home. I got a whole dozen. I'm so excited.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, a dozen in a day. Oh my gosh. We used to try to run our chicken through the sale. Sorry, over at the sale barn. Oh, okay. Um, but a dozen in a day. Wow. I'm lucky if I get 8. Pretty close.
Logan's coworker at the zoo
Yeah.
um, has chicken eggs that she sells. And
Oh,
so I am able to buy farm fresh chicken eggs
oh.
from his coworker, and I get them for $3 a dozen.
That's a great price.
I know.
That's a
I
great,
know.
great price, especially with what's happened. That's a
Mhm.
great price. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I've been giving her empty egg cartons
Oh, that
because
helps.
sometimes she'll knock a few dollars off just for returning egg cartons.
Well, that's it. And I don't sell my eggs, but I do share my eggs. And
Mhm.
I had to buy egg cartons so I could share eggs with, and I get excited when somebody brings me an egg carton. I'm like, "You want some eggs? Bring me an egg carton." That helps me out too. Um,
Yeah.
it would just be a blessing. I was one of your lead zookeepers.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We let's see here. Our neighbors have chickens, and I um I'm trying to think how I want to say it. We had a horrific event happen,
Mhm.
and I'm not going to go into detail on what it was, but what I will say is our neighbor got wind of it, and I we were kind of new in the area, so we didn't really know anybody, but they knew about what had happened. Um,
Mhm.
and so the next thing I know, um, they found out Sir Grace was a veteran, and the little guy took his egg carton and he put patriotic stickers all over it, right?
Oh.
And um, it was I'm trying not to cry because it still touches me. In fact, I just brought this up to Grandma the other day, and so and then they brought us some. I think there was some raspberries because they had raspberries as well, and in a bag. I know it was a fruit, but I want to say it was raspberries. So let's just say raspberries. If not, it's blueberries, but I think it was raspberries. So anyhow, they had practiced and practiced and practiced with what the little guy was going to say to Sir Grace. And so he had his beautifully decorated egg carton with all of their eggs from their farm. And he
Oh.
handed it up to Sir Grace and he goes, "Thank you for my service."
Oh.
Sir Grace did, he went, "You are the sweetest thing. Thank you." And it just made that really bad incident out the door with this little precious guy. And now this little precious one is in the 5th grade. He was only 3 at the time.
Oh.
And now he's in the 5th grade. And I went over to Grandma's house last week, and Grandma's like, "Come over." Well, it's the one that owns the farm, but that's Grandma to him. And so, "Come over, use my greenhouse." So I went over, hung out with her, did our greenhouse thing. And then he was just such a sweetheart. He goes, "I'll help you take your stuff back to your car." And I thought, you are the most precious,
He's
precious.
being raised right.
He is. He is. And I was watching him do farm duties and teaching his sibling
Mm-hmm.
some how to do farm duties. And I just thought, I struck gold. I struck gold, moving here. And I prayed for good neighbors. And I told her that. I said, I prayed and prayed and prayed. And I still think about that. "Thank you for my service."
Oh.
And I'm like, you talk about melting my heart. He
Yeah.
stole both of our hearts. I mean, right in
Oh,
that
yeah.
and it's still such a good little guy. Sweet family too. Couldn't have asked for better. But that's where my chickens, the property that they live on, she has a lot of chickens, and those were a 3-day period. But I got a dozen, and my coworker got like 11. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of eggs for 3 days. That's amazing. That's amazing. I love farm eggs. I had never had a farm egg until that sweet little dozen eggs, and then to
So
have
precious.
and then they would just from time to time bring us eggs,
Mhm.
and I tried to pay them. I'm like, "Can I pay you for these? Can I give you some money? What can I do for you?" Like
Yeah.
was like the best thing. And I just kind of started at that point. I was starting to kind of go like this because I kept going, "Ooh, grocery store eggs are yellow." You know what I mean? I know that's awful, but that's where it started. And then they asked me, they said, "Do you want chickens?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I live in the city limits that bans them." And they're like, "No, no, we've got an area that we can't get the equipment to turn right. And it just so happens to be right next to your house." And because they're like 13 feet off my house is the county line. Like that's where it's at. And the girls are 15 feet off. And so we've measured and I've been turned in. And the code enforcer's like, "There's nothing we can do. I want to know where you got your plans to make your chicken coop because my wife wants one." That's how that goes down. But now I refuse to buy grocery store eggs. It has to be farm eggs or my girls. And I love it
Yeah.
that way because I can control what they eat in regards to the feed, and I give them the
Mhm.
omega-3 foods to help Sir Grace with that brain injury. So you get a little bit more omega-3s,
Mhm.
and so yeah, I love it. I love everything about it, and we love letting the girls free range too. It's fun chasing them around.
Yeah.
It
I
is.
know Logan came home from work and he told me, he goes, "There's a lady at work that's got farm fresh eggs for sale, but I didn't figure we wanted any. I figured it was too expensive." And
Oh
I goes,
no,
"Well, what is she charging?" And he goes, $3 a dozen. And I'm like,
one.
"What? "You're kidding me. Oh,
Right.
yes, we want those eggs." He goes, "Well, I figured it was too expensive." I was like,
No,
"Do you know what they're charging for a dozen eggs?" And he goes, "Well, I figured it'd be more or less than that." And I'm like, "Oh, no.
no, no,
They're
no.
charging minimum $5 to $6 a
Yeah,
dozen
yeah.
and more."
Because
And
they
I looked up
can.
online at Walmart, Albertsons, and Fred Meyer's because those are basically where we have just shop.
Yeah,
We
same.
have
Worse.
Walmart, Albertsons, and Fred Meyer's.
We have
That's it.
Kroger, Costco, Walmart. Yeah, same
Yeah.
thing. Same thing. Yeah, no, what I can speak to the reason for it is because of the avian influenza, which I don't worry about. I have my own theory on AI.
Mhm.
But they had to call the flock. So it wasn't so our at one point the eggs went up because the feed went up. And I'm thinking that was like last year or a year before the feed went up. And I understood why people had to charge more because you have to feed these birds,
Mhm.
and that did go up, but our feed has since come back down. It's about in the last 6 months, it's about the same price as what I was paying when I first got my chickens. So it's pretty close. I mean, not exact, but it's close. Um, but it takes time to add to these poultry houses. And the price of eggs should start coming down pretty soon because the new chicks should be laying. They should
Mhm.
be old pullets should be getting ready to lay pretty soon. So those prices should start coming down, but I don't know that we'll ever go anything less than $3. And $3 for farm eggs, you're getting higher quality product with it. Your omegas are higher. It is your proteins are higher,
Yeah.
and then you're supporting somebody local.
Mhm.
And I say, if you can do that at $3,
Mhm.
don't walk, run. Even before avian influenza came through, farm eggs have typically been a bit more expensive, the $5-6 range, because there is more food that goes into them, a little bit more cost, and it's not at the production level as
Mhm.
so. $3 in general for farm eggs.
Yeah. It's
Right.
a fantastic price. I
Mm-hmm.
don't bat an eye at paying $3 a dozen. Typically,
No.
most of the places you're gonna pay at least $4 a dozen.
Mm-hmm.
At
And
least.
that's the grocery
Farm
store
fresh.
price. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
know I know people who are charging, not my neighbors, but I know people who are charging $7-8 for farm eggs. So yeah, not my neighbors. My neighbors are about three a dozen too. It just kind of adds to the feed cost is all you're doing. You're just kind of paying for their feed,
Mhm.
which is a great price. Run, run. Yeah, I'm trying to build up eggs because I just got hit with Glenda. Do you have any extra eggs? And I'm like, yeah. But then I ended up mine are all wiped out. You love farm fresh eggs? Yeah, they're the best. And I feel like the yolk is a little bit silkier. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's silky.
Smoother.
Yeah, and even Nisi agrees. $3 is a great deal. Yeah,
Mhm.
it is. It really is. And then, oh, Ginger,
Ginger, hi.
I'm so glad you're here. You're working on
Yeah.
your shed. Well, Sir Grace is working on the chicken run.
I'm
Which,
working on keeping my eyelids open.
oh my goodness. Yes, they are. Okay, so I'm not the only one that feels this way.
Mhm.
And
They
Ginger
definitely have
has
a better flavor.
yeah, and they have a higher protein. You can look that information up, but they have a higher protein content.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I think supporting local, and then your birds have gotten that fresh air and bugs, and they live a
Mhm.
happy life. Happy chickens give happy eggs, as I like to say. Same with pigs. If you have bacon seeds, if you have access to that, which a ginger has access to bacon seeds. happy pigs, happy bacon seeds, or bacon, So
Right.
it goes with any animal, you know. But anyhow, well, this has been fun. Let's see here. Oh wait, my boss scrambles hers in batches, freeze dries them. Yeah, I freeze dry mine too. I
Don't have a way to.
mm, I did it. We have a freeze dryer, and I did it last year. I haven't done it this year because everybody and their brothers coming over to my house. You got some eggs? You got some eggs? I mean, like, I'm hosting brunch on Sunday. Okay, so we do the Queen for a Day. I've talked about this before, where we honor a lady in our family and we get
Mhm.
together, all the ladies. Um, and so we made a request to change the day because part of it is that I'm missing my Saturday Night Lives because of this. I have to cancel out because I'm with Queen for a Day. So we are doing it on Sunday after church, and we're doing brunch. And I have 7 eggs for Sunday so far. So my girls better get to laying because I got to make an egg casserole up for breakfast casserole. So, and we're going to be honoring. I know she's not on YouTube. We're going to be honoring my niece this time, and she's a young lady, and she's very new to being an adult, and I'm so excited to honor her. And we have sweet little gifts that we've bought. A lot of them
Mhm.
from thrift stores. We don't spend a ton of money, but I decided I do a lot of extreme couponing, and I shop with CVS and Target online. And there's a way to, like, I can get like a bottle of Persil for like $2. Like, if you do it just right, you can like get things really cheap.
Mhm.
And so for Christmas, what I give my adult kids is cleaning supplies for the house.
Mhm.
So I decided for our Queen for a Day, my gift to her is cleaning supplies for her house to do her laundry, to do her, basic cleaning.
Yeah.
I asked my daughter, I said, do you think that's okay for Queen for a Day? Because like I've really thought things like, like I've bought things from thrift stores, like different things for different people, and it kind of goes along with their personality. And my daughter said, "Oh my gosh, that's like my favorite Christmas gift is when I get cleaning supplies." She goes, "I'd rather have that than buying me a real gift." And I'm like, "Okay, because I don't want to like offend her, like clean your house,
Right.
do your laundry."
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got her. I did a laundry kit that I like, a mix of different things that I like to use. So I did that, and then just some dish soap. And I bought her like she likes water bottles, like, and so I bought her like the stuff to wash her water bottles with. I got her a little brush
Uh-huh.
to do everything. So that's what I'm doing for. It sounds weird, but I'm gonna do what my adult daughter said and give her cleaning supplies. I mean, I guess, if somebody did that for me, it'd be a blessing too, because that meant I didn't have to buy it.
Well,
Yes,
you think about how expensive it can be.
it is.
And that, depending on what you buy, what
Yeah,
brands, and if you run out of everything at the same time, that can be half your food bill. Well, I say
exactly.
food bill,
No,
your
it
shopping
is. It's part
bill.
of the household grocery bill.
Right.
It goes in with your groceries. Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, I enjoy doing this extreme couponing. I give myself a $20 budget once a month, and I want to see how much I can get because like
Mhm.
it's fun for me, I'm like, and I when you were talking earlier, I muted you or muted myself, sorry, because I didn't want you hearing the dog going off because we got a delivery from Target, and I got $60 worth of household products for 15.
Wow.
Yeah, and it delivered to my door too, so I don't even have to go in the store.
Nice.
So, so that's what I enjoy doing. I mean, it's fun. and then
So
being able
when are you teaching your extreme couponing class?
we can do it anytime. It's super easy. It's super easy. Yeah, whenever we can do a talk. But it's easy, I think, whenever you have your phone. I can't do it in a store. I have learned, I did a test run to see if I could do this and walk in and do it off the top of my head, and I can't. I have to sit on my phone when it's quiet and just
Mm-hmm.
think, like, would I pay this for that? Would I do this for that? Yeah. Let's see what Nisi said. Practical gifts are great. Yeah, that's what I'm going to give her, a practical gift. And I bought a bag from IKEA for like under $2, and it's a nice big. It's a white tote. It's not the blue one. It's a white one, and they were marking them out. They were clearancing them out. So I put it all in that tote, and I thought if she ever had to go to the laundromat, she could throw all of her laundry into it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's one that can be wiped down. You know,
Nice.
so she can like clean that out real easily. Or if she goes to Aldi and go shopping, you got to bring your own bag in. And I know some states you have to have your own bags, but where I live at, they you can still get grocery bags. But
Yeah.
I was thinking like Aldi, she could go in and when she goes shopping, and she put all her groceries in there too. So kind of thinking multitasking here, like what
Mm-hmm.
would I do? Now I did get her some. I went to a thrift store, my mom and pop, and they had brand new house slippers for $1 in her
Wow.
size. So I did get those for her, and they had in the package, in the original package, they had like the massage things that you can,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a nice kit of different types of massage things, and it was about $2. So I thought, oh, I'll throw those in there. After you get done cleaning your house, you can give yourself a
Yeah.
massage and wear some cute little slippers. But yeah,
Yeah.
she's a young adult, so well, fingers crossed that I get this right, because I hope I do, because I don't want to upset her, you know. But I
Yeah.
listen to my young adults and my bonus daughters, and my daughter. We love household cleaning supplies. So, and toilet paper. That's a funny thing. Give a young adult some toilet paper.
Right.
It's a I don't know if anybody else has adult kids that come over to their house and shop inside. Like when my kids got out of college, they would come over, especially during like the shutdown. They would
Uh-huh.
shop off my shelves. Like my bonus son, my daughter brought a crate that she got from Costco, and she filled it with stuff that I canned. He goes, I don't have to go to the grocery store. We just come over and visit you. Is everything okay? I see you looking.
I'm trying to figure out what Darla is doing.
Oh,
She's kind of going crazy over here for some reason, and I don't know why. Hey, how you
hey.
doing?
I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for
Yeah.
stopping in. Oh, is she good to go?
I have no clue.
Huh.
Darla doesn't normally go bonkers like that too much, but
My goodness.
she doesn't have babies, so and
Yeah.
yeah,
Not pregnant.
not pregnant.
Maybe she's being nosy with what the commotion's all about.
Ugh, I don't know. She'll be all right.
Let's see here.
Well, I'm glad you could stop in anyway.
I'm glad you're
Nice to see
here.
you.
Yes, I'm glad you're here. But yeah. So anyhow, so I got my girls better start laying those eggs, because I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna make. I don't even know what kind of casserole. I have different allergies in the family, and we have a gluten intolerance. So I'm gonna sit.
Oh,
I
that
got the
wouldn't
list. So
go.
I'm gonna try to find a recipe.
Well, you could use. I was going to suggest a French toast casserole,
Can't we have a
but
gluten? I'd
you'd
have to
have
get
to
gluten
use
free.
gluten-free bread. But
Yeah.
um,
I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. Stay tuned, because I don't know what I'm doing. I love giving out the Lisa Steele book, and
mhm.
it's about eggs, like cooking with eggs. and I thought
Hey,
about
Rebecca.
one of those recipes. Is Rebecca here?
She just stopped in. Yeah.
Oh, Rebecca. I'm so glad you're here. I finally got her package out in the mail. Took me forever and a day.
I'm, I still haven't had time to get to the post office to mail out to Jesse and Lisa.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
feel like such a slug. And we haven't done an April. I know.
1 week left.
This is it. Next week is.
The 29th.
Oh, okay. So we should. Okay, we're. I was thinking this was it. Okay, next week then. I gotta have a
Yeah.
week's reprieve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Teresa is here. Hey, girly. I'm so glad you're here.
Hi, Teresa.
Next week.
Yes, next week it'll have to be.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys that are here have a heads up.
You do. You got the inside scoop to be back here next week.
Yes.
Let's see here. What did she say? I got your package on Friday. Rebecca, I hope everything was okay. I sent her a bunch of yarn that I can't use, and hopefully you liked it. And then I made her a couple of things I tucked in there just as a I'm sorry, been forever, and I love my hats that you've mailed me. So I send you. I'm gonna make you some things, and so I tucked a couple extra things in for her that I made. Is she still kind of doing something weird?
Yeah, I'm gonna step over there real quick.
Okay,
We just
I'll take you out, honey.
okay.
No,
I'll be
okay,
right back.
no problem. All right, so we're just gonna hang out for just a minute while she takes care of what she needs to. Let's see here. Let's see. What did Logan said? Then I'll be back the week after. Yeah, you're gonna have to come back, Logan. Yeah, next week we'll do a giveaway and make sure you share out the live. Um, and it'll be both channels. So I know that she has a little something and I have a little something something. So come on back because we're gonna start doing this once a month at random, a giveaway. So you got the inside scoop. But yeah. So I hope everybody is having a great day. Let's see here. You said, and that starts my new schedule. That's right, because the zoo opens up. Um, we, I don't, kind of speaking on that. So we got to go to a small, it's called a farm zoo, is how that they describe it. And I got to see different kinds of deer and got to see one of my favorite cows, which is a Highland cow. They had Highland cows, but they had one that was a full size, and then they had the miniature one. It was pretty cool to see up front. Um, let's see, what did Logan say? We are open for season on May 1st. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm so excited. Yeah, I really enjoyed going to this little small farm zoo. And it was not, I would not consider it ADA probably for people with disabilities. So I'm not going to share the name of the place that we went to. Um, because of the incline and the way that the land was, but I enjoyed seeing all of the animals, and the kids had a good time, and that's what matters the most. So, yes. So, Rebecca, was that everything okay then? Did it make it to you safe and sound? I hope it did. You have 3 Scottish Highlanders. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they had 2 that I saw. That doesn't mean that they don't have any more, because I know that you want to keep your herd like in more than 2. But I did see 2, and that's all I got pictures of. But that doesn't mean anything. The terrain is kind of it's mountainous. I'm going to say it like that, and I would say that that's why they weren't. like for people with wheelchairs and whatnot, I don't know that I would recommend going there. Um, but it was still really cool. So all in your area. Okay. Yeah. So anyhow, back to like not knowing how many they had. So it was, the terrain. I couldn't see everything. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I hope that was okay. I hope you can use it. I love the mustard colored yarn. I thought that was so pretty, but I've got arthritis in my hands, so I can't quite use it. And I still don't know how to use the loom. Um, so one of these days, I need to figure that out. I need to pay attention to you and watch it. It looks pretty easy, like just to sit and turn it. Um, but I just know how to crochet by hand, and that's it. Oh, Karma is back. Sorry, Karma, if you've been sitting there waiting. Okay, we're going to put you back on this side. There you go. I'm so sorry I didn't catch you.
Oh, I just barely sat down.
Okay. I'm expecting company from out of town, so if I jump off real quick, you know why. Teresa, no problem. I'm just so grateful that you're hanging out with us while you're waiting for me to
Yeah,
show up. That's wonderful. Is everything okay?
I think so. I think she's just gone stir crazy because she's been shut in the bedroom since China had her babies.
Ah.
And she's not really tame
Mm,
in that you can't really touch her, you can't handle her.
okay.
Um, Once in a while, she'll let me touch her,
Hmm.
but uh, as soon as I walk over to the door, then she will run, even if she wants out.
Ah, I see.
And so I just opened up the door since China's in her house with the babies, and I have her zipped in. And so I opened up the door, and Bianca went for a little stroll. And then I just came back over and sat down,
Oh,
and Darla went out. So
ah, ah.
I
You
think
are
that might be.
You are so welcome, Teresa. No problem. And then I saw Logan said we're putting in a disabled play area in my area. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the place that we went to was not very ADA compliant, I would say. It was nice. I don't have anything negative to say, but if you're in a wheelchair, the terrain is kind of harsh to get around.
Have you ever been to Hogle Zoo
Mm-mm,
in Salt Lake?
mm-mm,
Gorgeous, gorgeous zoo.
mm,
Absolutely love it.
mm.
However, it is absolutely not ADA friendly.
Yeah.
Um, for Logan and I, for our honeymoon, what a honeymoon, we we got married on June 28th,
Hmm.
but I had hip replacement surgery. Was it June 6th or 7th? I can't remember. July 6th or 7th, I mean.
Uh,
And so I had to be in Salt Lake like 3 or 4 days before.
mm,
And so we went down and we spent a few days exploring the area.
mhm,
And one of the things we did is we went to Hogle Zoo, and that was our honeymoon. We went
mm.
toured the area and did a few things. And he had to push me in a wheelchair.
Oh.
And those hills were horrible, absolutely horrible for pushing somebody in a wheelchair.
Mhm.
If you have an electric wheelchair, you might be okay
Right.
if you have a full charge.
Right. And those chargers don't last very long either.
My wheelchair will go 10 miles,
Okay.
but then you'll die.
Yeah. Yeah.
But literally, the hills, some of them were like this, and he was having to push me. And I'm not a small lady. And um, in a manual wheelchair trying to go up those hills, just to be able to explore. It's it's horrible.
Yeah. I
You know?
remember we went to Neuschwanstein Castle, and um, I was about 100 pounds bigger than what I am right now. And we were at the base of it.
Mhm.
And I just remember you have to walk like this. And I didn't have a wheelchair or anything. I had to walk it. Sir Grace was in the military. And
Mhm.
oh my gosh, I still think about that. I
Mhm.
was just so like, we had to make several stops. And it's such a popular tourist destination
Mhm.
that they should have had maybe like a tram system
Mhm.
to get you to the top of the castle. Um, and because I just remember how hard, like, that's what I tell people all the time. You have no idea, like, it's a beautiful place to go, but if you are not used to walking like this, and then I was 100 pounds heavier than what I am right now. Um, why do they do that to people? I just, I'm like, can you like do something? Because you have a huge crowd and people with all abilities. Of course, if
Mhm.
you have your hikers and your adventure people, hey, that's no big deal. Go for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, I think about our older population too. And I think about people with disabilities. I'm married to somebody with a disability. I wouldn't have taken him into that farm. In fact, he was with us. And when I saw the terrain, he went right back to the car and he hung out at the farm zoo. He didn't go in with us. He sat in the car and waited on us. I just wish that the places would be a little bit more ADA compliant.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, when we were in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital,
Mhm.
we had to Uber to get to different venues for different meetings that I had
Mhm.
with this nonprofit, right? And I always tried to get cars that allowed a pet dog, right? But really, I don't have to disclose that we have a service dog. It's because they are no
Right.
different than a wheelchair or an oxygen tank. They are
Mhm.
no different. We had this one Uber driver pull up and he goes, "Oh, you got a dog." And he took off and he left us. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Happened in our nation's capital. And I was late to that event, but I did let our coordinator know what happened. And she told me, she said, DC is not very ADA compliant, not just with service dogs, but with a lot of disabilities. But she deals with it with her husband.
When I had my hip replaced in Salt Lake and I had to go back for, we'll see you later, Teresa. We had um, we had to go back for a follow up, and my return trip travel expenses were covered. Um, the transportation company, I told them, I said, I cannot ride in a regular car.
Right,
I can't. I have to sit at a 90-degree angle
right,
because of the type of surgery that I had.
right, right,
And I said, I cannot get into a tall vehicle
right,
because that
right.
stretch
Yeah,
will
yeah.
do damage to my hip.
Hmm.
And I just cannot get into it. It needs to be something along the lines of a minivan or
Hmm.
an SUV, a small SUV. They sent the driver, and I think he actually rented the vehicle in like a Suburban. And it was so tall that I couldn't even hardly hoist myself in. And I actually ended up hurting myself trying to get in and out of that vehicle to go all the way. And you know the distance, you know where
Yeah.
from Caldwell
Yeah. That's
to Salt
awesome.
Lake and back. Or wait a minute, no, we had a different driver take us from Salt Lake back home.
Hmm.
But on the way down, in this giant of a vehicle, and I had to try to get in and out of the front seat. And then
Mm-mm.
he didn't even want to make any stops. I was expected, and I was not supposed to ride for more than an hour at a time without stopping and getting out.
Mm-mm.
And he only stopped one time for about 10 minutes.
That's awful.
Yeah.
That's awful. Yeah, I don't understand all that. I have to be honest with you. It frustrates me. And I'm not a person that likes to take somebody else, like get into somebody else's vehicle and ride around, just in general. If I'm
Yeah.
doing it, it's for a reason, and I'm paying you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So let's get it right. You
Well, and
know?
then they were taking two girls with us on the same trip. They had to be there for testing that day. Well, they were coming out of the Boise area, then coming to pick me up. They were late picking me up. And why did they not pick these girls up out of downtown Boise first, then come and get me, and then just stay on the freeway and hit it? They ended up being really late picking up the two girls out of downtown Boise and then trying to get all the way back to the freeway. And
Yeah.
they were late getting those girls there, and if that girl that was actually getting the testing done, if she wasn't there by a certain time, she wouldn't get her testing done, and they had to finagle it to even get her in
Mm.
and get her testing done.
Wow. That's crazy. Well, we had two really good Uber drivers when we were in DC. And I wish I had grabbed their names. You know what I mean? Because one guy, he said, if you ever come back, which we will, he said, I want to help you out. Like he was like helping us with luggage. He saw Sir Grace was disabled, and we were headed back to the airport, and he was like, "Sir, let me help you. Let me put your luggage in, sir, ma'am. Like, here you go. What can I do for you?" Just like
That's
really,
what you
that's
expect.
what I want. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I gave him a really nice tip. And then I'm like, man, I wish I had got his name. And then the other one, I had gone to Arlington National Cemetery. There's an airman who saved my life, who now lives at Arlington, and I wanted to go pay my respects and to say thank you. Um, he had the same type cancer. Unfortunately, I lost his battle with it, but that's this line that everybody sees on my shoulder. That's from
Hmm.
that surgery. Um, it's a rare form of bone cancer. So he had passed, and then shortly after he passed, I was told I had it, and then I went in and had surgery to remove it, and we got it in the precancerous stage. And then this year in the fall will be my 5th year and final following. So I should be cleared after this year. They wanted to clear me after the 4, but she goes, let's just kind of keep you at the 5th year just because that's protocol. And then after that, no more following. So anyhow, so we went to Arlington because I'm like, I am in town. I need to go pay my respects. It was
Hmm.
very important to me. And so the Uber driver we had dropped us off at the front. And then if you know somebody in Arlington, you can take a free shuttle ride directly to that place. Like you have to give them the name, and they have
Mhm.
to confirm that they're a resident of Arlington. Okay, like they're not going to just take you out for free, but you have
Right.
to know somebody. So I had his name, I had his rank and everything, and I knew him. And so we went out there, and then we walked around, and then we walked back, went and saw like all the different famous people. Um, and then our Uber driver that picked us up, my gosh, he was giving me all kinds of fun facts, things that I didn't know, like who owned the land at Arlington, you know what I mean, and why is
Mhm.
this, you know what I mean, like all these fun facts, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I really enjoyed that Uber driver. I mean, he was such a cool guy, but the rest of them, oh my gosh. And then we had one Uber driver. So my husband's with us and he's disabled. Okay.
Mhm.
And we're all dressed up for this event and we're going. And I'm with another caregiver and another person that's from the same foundation. And it's pouring rain. Okay. So now we're all dressed to the nines. The girl that we rode with hired somebody to do her hair and makeup. I could
Mhm.
afford to do that. I had my $79, $80 dress on. I did my own hair. You know what I mean? I did my makeup, did my own hair. But anyhow, she was dolled to I mean, just beautifully. They sprayed her makeup on. I mean, it was just, oh, honey, she was like to the nines gorgeous. And it's pouring rain. So we kept her kind of in, until it was like time to rush to the car. We get in the car, and the Uber driver missed the theater that we were going to and said, "Oh, you can walk back." Didn't bother turning the car around to the front door. Like we gave him the address to the front door,
Uh-huh.
and we had to walk a quarter of a mile back.
No tip there.
Not a single penny out of me.
Jeez.
Mm-mm. And I was in high heels. That's not comfortable. And I have Sir Grace and the puppers. Come on now. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Robert E. Lee owned the land that Arlington is now at. And the other fun fact with that one that the guy told me, this is according to my Uber driver, that um, the Lincoln Memorial lights stay on 24/7, whereas Robert E. Lee's house stays in the dark because of the Civil War.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you see Logan's other comment?
No. What did he say?
Right above Robert E. Lee.
Wrong word.
No,
Oh,
the other one.
okay. Because he was
No,
running late. No.
it must not have popped in for you. Keep it's the his last comment.
Oh, the last one.
Yeah, the last one.
You need someone to do your makeup and hair. Well, listen. She had a good contact. She was all dressed to the nines. I get you hooked up, Logan. We'll get your nails done, get your makeup done, get your hair did, put a really pretty
Now
little tiara.
I could dish it. I could dish it on Logan
I
here.
think you could do it.
I could dish it. Do I dish it, Logan, or do I keep it private?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Go to dress to the nines.
Do I
Make
say it
you
or
look
do I
all
keep it?
pretty. We'll make you look all pretty. I can show you. Like, let me see if I can find a picture of. Let me put it in. Let's do this real quick, and then let me see if I can find the picture of the dress that I wore because it was like seriously. I didn't do my makeup or nothing. Oh, I did my makeup. I didn't hire it out. Let's
He looks real pretty in green taffeta.
Ooh. Okay. I'm going to kind of cut out Sir Grace. But there is My dollar
Mm,
79, and it bling blinged. I did my
that's
own hair. I did my own makeup.
pretty.
I did my own hair and own makeup. I think I did pretty good.
You did.
I did do pretty
That's
good.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. My dollar 79, and of course Sir Grace was there. Um, yeah. So, but it was a fun event that we got to, and I want to go again. Maybe in December. It was my first one with the foundation, and I got asked, "Are you've been with us for well over a decade, and this is your first one?" And I said, "Yeah." And so I enjoyed it. So they invited me to. They're like, "No, come back next year." So
That's cool.
it was a great dinner, and hung out with a bunch of lawyers. That's who they put me with. I, I got to talk to different lawyers. I'm like, if I ever need something, would you do it pro bono? you know? But they were a fun group to be with. The fun part about that dinner was nobody knew Sir Grace had his dog, because they all sat down after Sir Grace, and they had the beautiful linens on the table. And we told them, we said, if you feel something kind of like moving around, like shifting, it's not us playing footsie or,
What icebreaker.
that's how we were. Thankfully there was drinks at the table. So we told them, we said, there's a dog under the table. What? And everybody lifted those right up. There's a dog under the table.
That would be hilarious.
Funny. Oh, you should try it sometime. Just for fun. Get somebody to do it. I've never had it professionally done. I'll say that. It looks like it's so much fun. And this girl that did it, she owns a farm. Like, they have Highland cows, the one that got her makeup did, right? She owns a farm. She's a farmer's wife, okay? And she's like, I live in clogs and t-shirts and sweats, and they're meat cows is what they're using them for. Like, she's a true farmer's wife. She has 100 chickens. I wish she'd start a YouTube channel. She's quite an interesting woman. She's a caregiver, and so she doesn't dress up ever, ever,
Mhm.
and so she pampered herself, rightfully so, to dress up. And she just said, I just want to feel beautiful. And I'm like, well, first off, you're gorgeous without your makeup on. So you have natural beauty. So, and second off, I thought they did a good job on her. But she enjoyed being pampered. That was her first time too. So I've never had it professionally done. I just do my own, and I'm like,
Yeah.
the kind that if I cry, it stays on. Because I'm a big crier in person, or I laugh so hard the tears fall out, or who knows. And
Yeah.
oh, you won't ever do it. I respect that. I respect that. Maybe one day I'll get to try it professionally. Be fun, but it's just kind of
Yeah.
pricey, and I don't know if I can. I'm telling you, my cheap dress is how I go. Yeah, Scottish Highland. She has a whole herd of them, and they're meat cows is what their
Do you
purpose
know
is.
do you know how to tell without looking at the undercarriage, do
Okay,
you know how to tell a cow from a bull in the Scottish Highland breed?
probably has something to do with the size of their horns.
Not the size, but it does have to do with the horns.
Oh, okay. Then no, I don't.
The horns on a cow in the Scottish Highland breed will point up.
Okay.
On a bull, their horns will point down.
Well, now I'm going to go back and see what I was looking at, because at the farm, because I don't know if they were boys or girls, and I can show you those. Let's see. What was I looking at? I'm finding that picture. Okay, we're in the area. Well, I don't know what I was. Okay, wait a minute. Back it up. It was little. So it's little itty bitty ones.
Yeah.
Um, I can't show that picture. Let me see if I have a different one. No, what I'm gonna say, little ones. Oh wait, here's a big one. So I guess that would be
Okay, that's a cow.
a cow.
Yep, a
That's a big
female.
one. Okay.
Can you see how the tip of the horns point up?
Yeah, because I'm looking at it just a little bit more closer, but I can't. I'm assuming the other one is a cow too, but I can't show this picture. It's they're little, and
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but they kind of like are going up.
yeah.
So I would say two cows.
Probably a cow or a heifer.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a
But
heifer.
if they come out and they tip down, it's a bull or a steer.
Nope, they're going up for sure, but they're little. They're
Then
light.
it's a heifer.
They're little. Yeah. Oh, well then we saw two ladies then. And lots of does. Lots of does. They had
Yeah.
a whole herd of does. My little one, she stood in between all these does, about 15 of them, and my little one stood there so stoic. I was so proud of her. She ain't scared of those does. They come right up on her. But
You were telling me about that, and that was so sweet.
she's stoic, man. I'm just saying. I am so proud of her. And she came over the other day and for my birthday, and I asked her. I said, "Do you want to go to the farm?" And she goes, "Yes." And her eyes got really big, and she started running, and I'm running with
Oh,
her, like we're going. And then the farm has a horse and a donkey, and so she loves the horsey, but the donkey came up to her and just wanted just to be loved. She's an old girl. She's had better years are behind her. She's much older, geriatric stage of life,
yeah.
and she just want to be loved. And my little one just called her name, called the little girl's name out, and and it was so
Oh,
precious. I ate her up. And then she wanted the miniature horse to come over. And so she kept trying to say his name. And he was like, "No, I don't see no little kid. No." And he just stood there. And I thought, we're going to leave this him alone. But we
yeah.
were on the other side. So, I mean, he couldn't have done anything to her. But yeah, it was cute. But she loves animals. She's gonna be a little
Yes.
farmer one day. You just watch it. And I keep telling my son, I'm like, buddy, you better buy a piece of land and get you some chickens. Because she needs her own flock to take care of now. She's old enough to have her own
Yeah.
flock that she can go out. We've been waiting for her to throw the food, because what she's been doing is she'll go get a great big scoop, like the big one, and
Uh-huh.
scoop it, and then she'll hold it with both her arms, and then she'll take the handle and she'll go, "He go," and she dumps it. This
Uh-huh.
last time she actually tossed it. I'm like, yay! Because you want to spread,
Awesome.
spread the love, spread the love, spread the love. That's what I've been teaching her. Spread the love, so everybody can get a little something. Spread the love. She went,
Oh.
he go, he go, he go.
Oh.
So my
How
son better get some land
precious.
and make that work, right? And then the same here. Oh wait, we have the same here that I do farrier work on. Oh, okay. So you have two cows. Is that what he's talking about?
And they have donkeys and they have miniature horses
Ah,
and they have Z-donks.
yes. Yep. Z-donks. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Or zonkies is what they called them. Zonkies. The
Yeah.
farm people that we went to, they call them
Yeah.
zonkies. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we've been on for almost 2 hours.
Oh my gosh, we sure have.
I need to go out and do some lawn work. I started before the show, but now I got to go out and weed eat and do mowing on a hill. Yay! Because I have to push
Oh
mow it.
boy.
I'm not. I'm too scared to run my riding lawnmower on this hill, so I just push
Oh,
it. Yeah, it's pretty steep.
Yeah,
So, yeah. But anyhow, this has been so much fun, Karma.
it has. I
Thank
appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you too. Thank you for letting me join you on Talk About It Tuesday. I love this
Yeah.
time.
Well, I had a video all planned for last Thursday, and China kind of interrupted those plans for me, and I did not get it edited and uploaded, but I will have it edited and uploaded for this Thursday for Thoughts for Thursday. And excuse me, and then I have an interview planned. I had to cancel Webb's Web for this week, but he will be back on whatever the first Monday of May is. I think it's the 5th.
Mhm.
He will be with us on the 5th. On Monday, I do not typically branch outside of YouTube for my guests. However, I have a high school friend of mine
Oh,
who has an account on Instagram that I stumbled across, and she is going to be my guest on Monday. She's been thinking about starting a channel on YouTube, and maybe we can convince her to do so. She
yeah.
has an Instagram account called Remnant of Truth, and she will be my guest on Monday. As far as I know, I am waiting for her to confirm that, but as far as I know, she is still planning to be there. And hopefully, we'll get her to share a little bit of her adventures growing up. Her mom was a missionary teacher, and she has had opportunities to be in the presence of sheiks and princes, if I remember correctly from what she has told me.
Wow.
And yeah, really incredible testimony. And she will be sharing with us a little bit about her story, about her channel or page. Well, I don't know what they call it on Instagram, but a little bit about her platform
Yeah.
on Instagram. And hopefully, she will start a YouTube channel, and so that she can reach people on Instagram. And she's has some interesting plans for her future of living abroad. And
Oh, wow.
so, hi, Lynn.
Hey, Aunt Lynn.
So,
Living abroad is a lot of fun. I know a little something
yeah,
about that.
yeah, she's done it before, but this is something that she's had laid on her heart. And so she will be my guest on Monday
Oh,
for
that's
Meet Me Monday.
amazing. Yeah.
And so you won't want to miss Monday. It's going to be a really interesting one. And it's going to be fun to reconnect with somebody that I went to high school with.
Oh
And
my gosh.
so
And then
I,
tomorrow, you're on the official Ann Lynn show.
yes, I am. I will be on the official, not the unofficial,
Not the
the
unofficial.
official.
I
The
know. As
official.
my mother does this. The official Ann Lynn
It's
show.
elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, wrist.
Do it tomorrow because there's another YouTuber that taught my mom that as well. Aunt Lynn knows who I'm talking about. And if you have a
That
little
is the Queen's Wave, the official Queen's Wave, like for rodeo queening and
yes,
such, is elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, wrist.
I think you should do it tomorrow. If you have a little tiara,
I
bring it.
don't.
Oh, well, they got theirs from like the
Hey,
Dollar
you know what
Tree.
I do have? I've got my headband from Christmas. It's got these little lights on it, and
Bring it. See, Aunt Lynn says, "Yay!" She's agreeing. Aunt Lynn, Mother and her wave. She's going. You teach it.
elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, wrist.
Elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, wrist. Okay. Well,
You
I'm
just
just gonna go.
gotta just
Hey,
flow.
hey.
You gotta make it flow. You know, not this part, but
I
you
know
know.
that's what I'm looking at. That's saying hi, everybody.
I too, but you
I
know,
got it on
not
this
the
side too.
bow,
Check
not
it
the
out. I can
plaid,
just
the grandma flap.
listen. It's
My
talent. Look
mom
at
used to
that.
call it the grandma flap.
Well, I ain't ashamed of it. There it is. Let it hang out there. That's something else. I'm just letting it hang. It's there for y'all to see. Anybody else can relate to this?
You get a double wave from
You
us.
do. That's a real. That's the howdy do. Howdy do. Howdy do. Howdy,
You can
howdy.
tell I'm tired.
At least it's not something else. It's like it's just hanging there. This is for hello and this is for goodbye. Is that you going?
You know what you didn't have? You didn't have your nose piercing, your calamari nose pierce today.
You saw that video.
I saw it,
Those
yes,
are
and
the
I
weirdest.
commented.
She's giving them away. She got like this. Okay, my mother got this jar of jewelry, and she's trying to give away the calamari. And all I kept thinking was, well, it could go right here.
I saw the video, and I commented that you needed to wear it today.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'm gonna have to go back and see that. I know I don't have my nose pierced, so we need to get the magnets. Maybe I'll have her take it for maybe my mother's not watching. I should just say I want the earrings, Aunt Lynn, and then I could pop the piercing part off and get like the magnets that stick to it.
There
That
you
you can
go.
do the magnet and then
The
it hang out like
industrial
this.
magnets.
Look what, and then I could do the other one, kind of like hanging out on this side. So we'll have this, and then we'll have this double
Be
calamari.
Medusa.
Make people wonder. You want to look as cool
One on
as
each
me?
side, right here.
We could have it. We could be as cool as Glenda with these calamari. We can pierce your nose on our show. I do not.
Oh my gosh, Lynn, that'd be hilarious.
My daughter has her nose pierced. She's got a cute little nose ring, and I thought about doing it, but I think I'm too chicken.
I actually thought about a really teeny tiny rhinestone.
That's what my daughter does. Now she has the other one. I don't like the other one,
Ew,
but
that
she
looks like
has.
a booger hanging out your nose.
I know, and that's what I told her. But it's what the young ladies do. But I like the one right in her nose, and I'm going. I kind of like it, but I don't know.
Only thing I wonder, don't you, when you go to blow your nose, doesn't it hang
I
up?
asked her that, and she said no.
I would think if you had a really big chunky one, it would hang up.
No, it was funny. She was an adult when she did all that, got her nose pierced in both areas. But she asked for permission on the first one. And I said, oh, I think that'd be really cute. And then I asked her about the booger thing. Because curious minds want to know. And she said, no, she said she doesn't have that big of an issue with it. But then,
big.
no, that big. But then I caught her. She was sitting there, and it was on the same side that the one right here comes out. And I'm looking up her nose, and I went, you got something up in there. And she goes, Mom, that's the metal. I'm like, no, honey, I'm doing a nose check on you. You got something up in there. And she goes, no, it's just the metal. I'm like, baby girl, listen to your mother. Get you a tissue. And we're sitting eating, and I'm like, baby girl. Baby girl. And her husband looks at me and he goes, you got a big bugger out your nose. She's like, it's the metal. It's the metal. Like, trying to help you here, You want your mother to help you. If your mother is saying, baby girl, I'm not picking on you for your nose piercing. I'm telling you, got something up in there. It shouldn't be there. Next time, I'm just going to go right at her. Lick one at her. Clean your nose.
So what did you talk about on Talk About It Tuesday?
Boogers and
about
nose rings.
booger tacos.
Over dinner. And yes, folks, that's who I really am in person. I will do that to you. That's something here too.
Oh, that's funny.
She did not believe me. That's what's funny. I'm like, goodness, have you not learned from me? I'll pull you aside and tell you anything if I see something wrong. Goodness, I go up to strangers too. I pull this sweet lady aside and I'm like, your tag's hanging out.
I would rather somebody tell me I have a tag hanging out or that my zipper's undone or
Yes.
walk around all day long.
Yes. And somebody not saying nothing. How rude. How
Precisely.
Rude. You know, like help. We help one another out. We do nose check. Yes, you know what my talent is? Okay, hang on. Here we go. You know what my talent is? Aunt Lynn knows this. Okay, my nose, I can wiggle my nose. Can you see it? We do nose exercises. And see, I don't even have to. I don't have to move my.
Wait a minute. Did you play? Oh, wait a minute. What was her name? Not Samantha. Samantha's daughter. On Bewitched.
No, but I can't do it that way because I have to move my mouth. But I can. See, okay, hang on. Nose check. See, you can do it too. Nose check. Nose check. And Barry, it just walked in on all of us doing nose checks. We didn't do anything up our nose. Welcome, Barry. I'm so glad you're here. As we're checking our noses.
Tabitha.
Appreciate that, Tabitha.
Right. Did you play Tabitha?
No.
Oh,
I should have.
You could have.
I love that show. I love that show. One of the great. I wish they'd bring back a spin version of that. That'd be fun. But no, I did not. I should have. No, I played Glinda from The Wizard of Oz, just in real life. I'm the good one. Remember?
But wasn't her name spelled Glinda?
Glinda. Yes, it's Glinda.
Glinda. Not Glenda.
Not Glenda. And I have a hen named Glinda. I do. My little cookies and cream. She's Glinda. So Grace had to name her that. I'm like, geez. I need to do nose exercises. My nose is out of shape.
Well, why did you get your nose bent out of shape? Hey, Kevin.
Oh, Kevin's here. Hey, Kevin.
He's walking in on him.
The nose checks. We're doing nose checks. Kevin, please take your phone and let's see your nose. Just get it real close so we can check it. We're looking for boogers.
Yeah, we're seeing if you can see, first of all, if you can wiggle your nose.
Can you wiggle it?
Can you wiggle your nose? And then
we need you to lift your head back.
No, he shared it.
Shared it on Reddit. So that way, make sure you share it with the Grace and Fire too, because we want to make sure that we take care of everybody. What did one eye say to the other between the two of us? Oh my goodness.
Oh, brother. We're a mess.
We are. Hey, at least I didn't. You better be glad there's no smell-o-vision. I've been out mowing the grass.
I just smell like baby kittens.
I smell like grass and sunshine. As you can see all the burn and
I can see your burn.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. I mean, goodness. So you came in at a great time. Hey, wait, Aunt Lynn, look. Aunt Lynn, we're going
Oh, I didn't. Oh.
everything, folks. We left our legs in the toes.
What did you have in that water bottle? Was that really
Water.
water or was that
A lady never
you
tells.
know, you were born on 420.
I was. And you know what I did for 420? I bought a pot. I do it every year. This year's pot is blue.
You know what I'm not being sacrilegious here.
Go
I'm
for it.
really not.
Go for it.
It hit me. It struck me so funny.
Okay.
Easter was on 420.
Mm-hmm.
Raise me higher, Jesus.
I raise it high. And was the Easter Bunny high too? No.
You know what? I completely forgot Easter even was this weekend until Saturday night. I
Oh,
was
I
too
knew. I knew.
busy.
Someday I'll have to tell you. I'm not going to say it here on YouTube, but remind me afterwards. I'll tell you about my T-shirt design. You'll think I'm really weird. If you don't think I'm weird, you'll find out how weird I am. Because it's 420, and every few years it ends up on Easter, and I'm like, yay me!
I had too many things happening
Oh yeah,
to even think about
oh yeah,
there being Easter.
absolutely.
So,
Priorities.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That
Yeah,
they
but
were a priority at that moment. Thank you so much, Barry. I appreciate it. It was a really nice day. I mean, I actually it was the whole weekend because it started with my youngest taking me out for dinner. He asked me, he said, "What do you want? I can go anywhere I want for dinner, anywhere." I went to Cracker Barrel. I'm like, that
I
sounds
love
so
Cracker Barrel.
good.
We
Yeah,
haven't been to Cracker Barrel in a while, sweetheart.
you should go. I had chicken and dumplings,
Oh, I
and
do not like their chicken and dumplings. Ooh,
oh, I love
at
them.
least here, at least here, they don't know. Ooh, it was
Oh, ours
nothing.
are
Oh,
good.
it was gross.
Oh, ours are so good. I had the fried apples.
Oh, I
Oh my
love their fried apples.
And then my baby wanted my biscuits, so I gave her my biscuits. My little one, she wanted the biscuits. I'm like, you can have my biscuits. You go right ahead.
See you later. See you in the
Bye,
morning, Lynn.
Lynn. So yeah, so it was just real nice. And then I got a Dairy Queen ice cream cake for my birthday. That's like,
Oh, I haven't had one of those since I was probably 16.
I had one and it's been eaten. It's so good. It's so good. So we
Oh,
had,
I
it
love
was real
it. Do they
simple.
have the little chocolatey crunchies? Oh.
My mother, God love her, she thinks that the Dairy Queen cakes have cake in them, and I'm like, no, they don't. They got like the
No.
crumbles in it with the
Yeah.
chocolate in the middle. You get the bottom with the
Mhm.
chocolate, the top with the vanilla, and then their icing.
Yeah. Oh, Ronson hit it. Di Cracker
Mm.
Barrel has this maple glazed chicken, maple bacon glazed chicken thing, unless they've done away with it recently. That is the bomb. It
Ooh,
is so good.
my mom told me about their pancakes. And it's got
Mhm.
like, well, they just added this to the menu, and it's got the
It's
cheesecake filling.
strawberry cheesecake, stuffed pancakes, and stuffed French toast.
And then they do it with it's like a chocolate one too. There's a
Mhm.
chocolate version. So Sergey's
Yeah.
got the chocolate version, and I just want to taste the cheesecake part of it. So I took my spoon in there. I'm like,
Mm.
I could see why she loves to. She had the
The
strawberry, but
strawberry one is
yeah,
heavenly.
my mom said she ate the whole thing, and she's not ashamed to admit to that one. Oh, and the baked sweet potato. I like going to Texas Roadhouse and getting baked sweet potatoes with my steak. They have really good baked sweet potatoes. They have the cinnamon butter. I hear the baby. I hear the baby. The cinnamon butter from Texas Roadhouse.
That is so good. I have only been to Texas Roadhouse a few times, but
We have the original Texas Roadhouse,
oh,
not
nice.
the OG, the real, the first one is not from Texas.
Isn't that bizarre?
It should be Indiana Roadhouse.
Yeah,
It's
it
in,
should.
it's in a mall, believe it or not. The original Texas Roadhouse is in a mall. And I've been eating there since I was a teenager. That's when they opened in 92 or 93. I want to say 93 was whenever they opened. Just thinking time wise. And then we have the original Papa John's too here, which a lot of people love or hate depending on where you're at. I think it depends on who your franchise owner is for Papa John's. Some are good, some are bad. But we have the original.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I really should get going. I only got so much
Oh,
daylight time and
yeah.
I've got to finish mowing.
Yeah, I need to make sure that little man is actually eating and not just screaming and
Yeah.
fighting.
Yes, yes.
I've got some milk here I can give him if he needs it.
Aw.
And
Well, thank you to everybody for joining. And
absolutely.
please check out the official Anlin show tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Is that you guys doing the same time?
Yeah, it'll be the
Okay.
same time. It's
Okay.
8 a.m. Mountain.
Okay. 8 a.m. Mountain Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Saturday, I'm live at 4:45 Eastern Standard Time is my normal. Oh, and then you have Monday show.
Yes, Monday, 1 p.m. Mountain, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I will have a high school friend on talking about her Instagram account, whatever it's called. I don't even know.
Instagram
I don't
account.
do
That's what.
Instagram.
Yeah, you got it right because I have one too. I on Saturday nights I actually here's my Instagram because I'm running the StreamYard. So if you that is my Instagram. Get your phones out and you can follow my hens because I have the Hens of Grace and Fire on Instagram.
Okay.
Oh, wrong one.
Um,
Sorry, this one. Hens of G. That's it. Hens of G Grace and Fire GNF Instagram. Get your phones out and
okay.
QR code it. It'll take you straight there if you wanted to see the chickens, all things chickens. So,
And my friend Cameo will be, like, she's a twin. I
okay.
think it's Cameo, not Cindy. Cameo. She will be on talking about her Instagram.
Yes.
She is considering starting a YouTube, and maybe we can convince her to join us on YouTube.
That would be amazing.
So it would be awesome. And then we will be back here Tuesday, and I will get my video out for Thursday. I promise.
Awesome.
It'll be there.
Awesome. Someone scan the QR code. Yay!
Yay!
I'm so glad you did. That is the first time I've ever seen somebody do that. So thank you for scanning the QR code. So
Awesome.
Well, you guys, thank you so much. And we will see you all next week.
And please keep praying for Topper.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
And my link for Buy Me a Coffee is on my About page if anybody is interested in helping out.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Guys,